Hello, welcome. Today we're gonna haul all of the shit that I bought but I didn't need in May. And it's gonna be a long one because I bought a lot of shit that I didn't need. So, first thing is the book series that got me into, this is crooked. The first thing is the book series that got me into reading fantasy when I was a child is finally coming to an end, and it has a grand total of 27 or 29 books. I want to say 29 books. And I bought 24 of them this month because apparently I decided I needed to reread them for nostalgia. So let's check those out. So as you can see behind me, I decided to buy the entire Shannara series by Terry Brooks, and eventually, probably next year, I'm going to do a reread of this series in chronological order, not publish order. I got all of these off of thrift books. They're all like all different publication dates. None of the covers match. There's trade paperbacks, there's hardbacks. This one doesn't even have a dust jacket on it. It's all over the place. But I do have almost all of them. The newest series I couldn't find on thrift books, probably because it's brand new, so I didn't buy that. And there was like probably 2 or 3 books that I couldn't find at an affordable price, where most of these, actually all of these, were under $4 for any of the paperback books. And I think this was the only one that was over $4, but this is like a first edition, so I was willing to pay more for it. Anyway, all of these were like $1.50 to $4, so fairly affordable and a good deal. There was, the ones that I didn't get were all like upwards of $20 or just straight up not available on thrift books. And because I don't actually plan to read these anytime soon because I've got so many other projects, I can go back and buy them later. But I have collected 24 books out of the Shannara series this month. Next up, I recently finished Brent Week's Lightbringer series, and I owned books 3, 4, and 5 as hardbacks or as physical copies, and book 1 and 2 I had as ebooks, but I really like the series, so I went ahead and purchased books 1 and 2. So I've already read these, I've already read the series, I really like this series, and I just wanted to own the complete series as physical copies for my own benefit. And they're chunky, but if you like high fantasy, this is a really amazing series. I highly recommend it. Next up, let's open my book of the month book for May. I think I did not already cut this open. I'll be right back. By the time the book of the month shows up to my house, I always forget what I have chosen for that month, so let's find out. I will tell you that normally if there is a fantasy available, I will pick the fantasy, but I don't think there was a fantasy available. Typically, if there is not a fantasy available, I go for a horror or a mystery. And for this month, I chose A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCready? I have no idea how to say her last name. I'm gonna say McCrate. This is, I believe, a horror mystery. So Liz Kitsakas is working late when she gets the call. Grueling hours are standard at elite law firms like Young and Crane, but they'd be easier to swallow if Lizzie was there voluntarily. Until recently, she's been a happily underpaid federal prosecutor. With that job and her brilliant, devoted husband, Sam, she had everything she's ever wanted, and then suddenly, it fell apart. No, that's a lie. It wasn't sudden, was it? Long ago, the cracks in Lizzie's marriage had started to show. She was just good at averting her eyes. The last thing Lizzie needs right now is a call from an inmate at Rikers asking for help, even if Zach Grayson is an old friend. But Zach is desperate. His wife, Amanda, has been found dead at the bottom of the stairs in a Brooklyn brownstone, and Zach's the primary suspect. As Lizzie is drawn into the dark heart of idyllic Park Slope, she learns that Zach and Amanda weren't what they seemed, and that their friends, a close-knit group of fellow parents at the exclusive Brooklyn County Day School, may be protecting troubling secrets of their own. In the end, she's left wondering not only whether her own marriage can be saved, but what it means to have a good marriage in the first place. So, mystery. It sounded interesting. What can I say? Next up, my book club book of the month for May was Aurora Rising, and I really enjoyed it so much that I bought the second book in the series, Aurora Burning, and I am very, very much looking forward to reading this. I'm hoping that I get time this month because I just really liked the first book so much that I want to continue the series. This guy on the cover is my favorite. I'm shipping him and Aurora so hard. So hard. And I just need to read more of the story. So hopefully I get a chance to read it this month. Next up, let's unbox my Sipsby subscription for this month. I have had an issue the past, I don't know, since January. Since my January box, they have been sending me mint tea every single fucking month, and I am so sick of mint tea. So last month I went in and on the review I said, please stop sending me mint tea. So we're gonna see if there's mint tea in this box or not. Hopefully not, because I've got more mint tea than I know what to do with, and it's summer and I don't want mint tea in the summer. So, June teas. Before I get into this, let's quickly go over what I got in May so I can give you my opinions on my May teas. So May was a very, very disappointing month. There was a tea called Hawaiian Honeysuckle by Charities, and it was probably the nastiest tea I have ever had in my life. There was no honeysuckle flavor to it. It smelled awful and it tasted worse than it smelled. It was like eating a cup of dirt. It was just really, really bad. There was also another tea called Tuscan Dreams, which was supposed to be an Italian tea. It made my throat really sore, so I just tossed it because the last thing I want is an allergic reaction in my throat, causing my throat to swell up. There was also a mint tea, of course, Moroccan Mint. I didn't even try it. I'm sick of mint teas. Stop sending me mint teas. And the final tea was called Blue Lady Black Tea, and it was a tea that's supposed to replace coffee because it's got like a really, really high like coffee or caffeine content in it, and that was amazing. I will be ordering that tea once I'm running low on my other teas. It was so good. I very much enjoyed the flavor of that. June teas. These are the little bags, tea bags that they give you. Then we have a triple berry sweet caffeinated black tea. It is a loose leaf black tea blended with blackberries, strawberries, and raspberries, which sounds delicious. And that's what the tea looks like. And I like berries and I like black tea, so this one sounds very promising. And each one of these teas comes with 4 servings, so if it's a loose leaf tea, you should be able to get 4 cups out of it, and if it's a bag tea, you get 4 bags. Next is the, I don't know how to say that, it's organic lemongrass, apple, and hibiscus, naturally caffeinated and gluten-free. These are tea bags, and it looks like A Bag Full of Grass to me. Let's see. Oh, I said that wrong. I said naturally caffeinated. It's naturally caffeine and gluten-free, so there's no caffeination in here. I'm an idiot and can't read. This is just an organic herbal tea. I don't know. It sounds fine, but we'll see what it tastes like, and I'll update you next month. After that, we've got Davidson's Organic Tropical Green Tea, and it's green tea, chamomile, I don't know what that is, carob, and some flowers. So it's a green tea. I like green tea. Sounds promising. It sounds very basic green tea, which I'm good with. I'm happy with. And then finally, we have some Earl Grey tea from Ahmed Tea. I love Earl Grey tea. I am personally very, very happy with Earl Grey tea. Simple, straight to the point, black tea, plenty of caffeine. We're good with this. So this month, so far, I am very happy with selections. I don't particularly care for herbal teas, though I'm willing to try them. I prefer black and green teas, so 3 black teas, 1 herbal tea. Perfect month for me. I'm happy. All the shop codes or the shop links and discount codes for my Sipsby box from last month and this month will be down in the comments if you want to purchase any of these teas. And if there's a discount code, then I will put it down there as well so you can save some money on some of these teas if you decide to purchase them. The next 2 books up, I actually bought in February. I bought 4 books in February specifically to get them from England to get the UK editions of the cover. 2 of those books came in this month and I still don't have the other 2 books at all. I have contacted the seller and they said that shipment's delayed, but I bought them in February, so this is a little extreme for delayed shipments. So I'm gonna give it until the end of June, and if I still don't have the other 2 books, then I'm gonna raise a fuss. But the 2 books that I did get in, both of these are things that I've already read. All 4 books are books that I've already read and books that I love. I just wanted the UK covers editions. The first one is The Rif Mice by Brandon Sanderson. Holy shit, that's so hard to say. This is I'm gonna say this is like a middle grade young adult type book from Brandon Sanderson. Right now this is a standalone, but I believe that there will be more in this series eventually. And it's about a magic where people can draw things in chalk to create spells, but only certain people can do it. And then they have to go to school to learn to do this well. And this follows a boy who wants to be able to perform this magic, but just doesn't have the ability to do it. So it's a very good book. I very, very much enjoy it. A lot of people don't like it, but I really, really like this one. So happy with this. Next, I had to buy the UK edition of my favorite book from last year, which was The Starless Sea. Like, come on, this is the prettiest cover ever. So I had to buy it. I have both the US and the UK edition. Let me go grab the US one so you can see the difference. This is the US edition of The Starless Sea. This is the UK edition. Can you see why I wanted the UK edition? So I own this book twice for no reason other than this is a really fucking pretty cover and it's a really good book. So there you go. I have no reasoning to my madness. I'm just spending money at this point. And the last thing I have for this month is actually a book box that I decided to try. This is called Bookishly, and it is a UK-based subscription box where they send you a book and then either coffee or tea you can choose. And there's even a choice in the book. And I have 2 different subscriptions that I'm trying out to see if I like either or both. One of them is a classic book with a custom desk cover and tea. And for that one, the book I got was 3 Men in a Boat, which this is a floppy paperback with a custom dust cover that they made. The original cover is really ugly. This is like a comedy, and I'm not really interested in this book at all. The cover is fine. It also came with tea, which I have drank and thrown away at this point. Sorry. It was an oolong tea. It was pretty good, but the tea package matched this, and then it also has a bookmark that came with it that has the same pattern and a quote from the book. Now, the other subscription, and again, these are all mix and match subscriptions, and this is just what I've chosen, is a vintage book, which means it is a used book, and it's going to be, every person who gets this is going to get a different vintage book. And my vintage book comes with coffee and, again, a bookmark. Again, I already drank the coffee. It was fine. It was nothing special. It tasted like coffee. It wasn't gross, but it wasn't something that I'm going out of my way to purchase. And the vintage book that I got for this was A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. This is a Penguin modern classic published before 1969, and I know that because somebody who owned it before me wrote their name and 1969 in there. I think this was published in 1967. Yeah, this was originally published in 1924, but this copy is from 1967. And it is definitely vintage, it's definitely yellowed, it smells like a used bookstore. And this is basically like a story of Europe's, or specifically England's, colonization of India. I don't know much about it. It's fiction based off of historical events, so historical fiction, but it wasn't historical at the time, it was contemporary, I guess. So also, again, not something I am hugely interested in, and I wasn't like blown away by the coffee in the subscription box, and the bookmark for this one is from Wuthering Heights. So that while this book, the coffee or the tea and the bookmark and the book jacket all match each other, these have nothing to do with each other. It's just book, bookmark, coffee. Could I have had tea with this one? Sure. I didn't order that box. Could I have had coffee with this one? Sure. That's not how I ordered that box. I am basically trying this for 3 months, and then I will either cancel both of them or cancel one of them, and I might like switch the coffee tea. But first month, I'm not super impressed by it. I didn't care for either one of these books, and the coffee and tea were very basic and whatever. But like I said, it's a trial. We're not gonna cancel it off of 1 month. I paid for 3 months. This is fairly inexpensive. I believe it's £10 a month because it's British, and then plus shipping because I'm in the US. So, and that is everything from this book haul. I told you I have a problem buying things. But I hope you enjoyed my book buying journey. I have already ordered new stuff for June, and I will probably have another haul at the end of June. I doubt it's going to be as big because I'm not doing this again where I buy an entire nearly 30 book series. But there will be another haul. at the end of next month. Let me know what you thought about this haul down in the comments, and thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.